On Harders. I know that by now you know that I love asking good questions, right? I've given you guys so many questions for you to practice, for you to master. Whether it's you're meeting with a seller and asking good questions to a seller or a buyer or somebody you meet. But one question I always go back to, especially when I'm meeting somebody new, is what a win looks like for them, right? So when you're meeting with a seller, what does a win look like for you in this move? When you're meeting with a buyer, same exact question, right? Um, I want to make sure you actually master it and you understand it, right? Why would you ask a question like this to so why what does it want to look like for you in this move? Why would you ask that question to a buyer? And my recommendation would be ask them this question before you start showing them homes because a win looks different for everybody, right? Your buyer might say, okay, I want to get into the home as fast as possible. I need to buy a home yesterday, right? I want to buy a home in the right school district. They don't really care about the home, they care about the area, the community. I want a low down payment. I want payment comfort, right? I want long-term upside. So I want to move into something that has value right from the very beginning. I want a fully remodeled home, right? Once you know their win, every home you show them, every single offer that you write them points back to that single question that you ask them. Because look, it's not about pushing them into doing something, making a decision. It's about guiding them. There's a misconception in real estate sales. We're labeled as pushy, right? I don't want to be labeled as someone who's pushing them to make a decision. I want to make sure that they understand that we're here as an advisor. We're here to guide them in making the right decision. Same exact question with sellers. What does a win look like for you in this move? Why would you ask a question like this to a seller? My recommendation would be to before you start talking about price, marketing, how you're going to do what it is that it takes, ask them what a win looks like for them. Because some sellers might want top dollar. Some sellers prefer to stay in the home after close of escrow, so they're more focused on timing. Some sellers are all about privacy, right? A smooth transaction. Yes, everybody wants everything, but what does an actual win look like for them? So defining that first, you build trust, right? So you're more about now strategy rather than this tug of war that you're playing with your client. Even when you meet someone at an open house, right? Start a conversation with that. What does a win look like for you in this relationship? It's not about working with are you working with an agent? No, it's not about what are you looking for. It's about what does a win look like for you? It's simple. When that question is asked, you get to know more about the person. Are they buying soon? Are they buying later? Do they understand the market? The question changes your role. You stop sounding like an agent, like I said earlier. You start sounding like an advisor, someone who's here and focused on trust more than anything else. But it's not as easy as just saying it. You've gotta practice it, right? And I want to make sure that each and every single one of you guys understand that your responsibility as John Hart advisors goes far beyond just selling the next property. It goes to building trust and confidence with the relationship. Cheers.